Hello, it's Guimard-Payen. It's nice to be back. I've been away for quite a while actually. Had a dose of the flu, and I had this conversation yesterday with magnetizer, I think you say it. I don't know how you say it in English. Anyway, and we were talking away, and he gave me this phrase to say, which I shall share with you at the end of the video. And we were talking about the resonance of and the power of verbs and how they can pick you up or bring you down, whatever. And he said that he didn't understand why. He found out I spoke English. So he said to me, right, come here and translate this phrase. And I didn't realise he was a magnetizer at the time. Anyway, so he gives me this phrase and I translate it. And he said, now you say that 10 times every day for 21 days and you come back and see me. I thought, okay. I was going to go walking, but I think they're shooting. Anyway, so we're talking, and he said that one of his English patients... God, can you hear? Bang, bang. One of his English patients said this, and she got tremendous results, even more so than the French patients. And we were talking as to why. And one of the words is glory. And I was saying... Now, I can only speak from my personal experience and from England, where I was brought up. Even though I'm not English, sometimes I'm glad and sometimes I'm not. But I'm very, very fortunate in the fact that I do have this dual nationality because it makes me understand the two cultures, as it were. Because I'm bilingual, because I lived in the country, not because I learnt it at school or whatever. So, the word glory. So I was saying that, for me anyway, the English are a nation on an island. And so when you get everyone up and going, it's called jingoism. And they have a word for it. And the whole country sort of gets up and goes because there's so few and practically touching each other that it's catchy. The energy is really catchy, and so everyone gets whoo. And whereas here in France, since May '68, where we had the sort of student revolution, if you like, and the phrase that came out of that was "you're not allowed to not allow." And so since 1968, France has been living in a total anarchy, really. The parents didn't say no to the kids, and so the kids are now my age, 40-ish, well, 40, 50-ish, and they have never had boundaries. So when you put a boundary on them, like, you've got to be on time for work, those sort of little things, they completely lose the plot because they're just not used to it at all. So we've been living in this sort of semi-anarchy type environment here in France, and and they're so negative about everything. There's never anything positive, and so to them the word glory has less meaning than in England, where the word glory really does mean something. And so when you say this to yourself in English, on top of it, English is very musical sound, as is the French, but you always end up on an up, whereas glory and gloire, you're going down in France. So this is why I found, anyway, it doesn't have the same panache. And this conversation was very interesting because it made me realise that I am very fortunate to have the two systems, as it were, to know the two cultures, not systems, they're cultures. And also, why I always sort of shut myself away all the time from the French people, because either you become like them and you moan all the time, which is, you just go with the energy that's in the air, as it were, or, you sort of back away. And I do often like to speak and say things in English, and I've never really comprehended why, but now I understand a bit better. I might be completely off track, but, so I wanted to share that with you. And the phrase is, now if you're ready, the phrase is, everything comes to me with ease, joy and glory. See how you end on a high? So this is what you must say to yourself 10 times a day and really feel it. And that's my little hint for the day. That's the verb vibrations. Bye for now.